it's quite drastic change because this is actually a first counteroffensive we had since 2014, and that's quite successful because the territories which are released now are quite substantial. It's actually, let's say, one of third of those territories which were kept by Russians for the last period, for the last moment already. And the offensive is still in progress, and each day we have reports on multiple villages and towns which are released. And the reports also say that most of Russian troops are in panic, some are negotiating on surrender. So we think that this is quite substantial change in dynamics of war.
I mean, the speed of this, I suppose, recapturing of territory is extraordinary. I mean, yesterday at this time on the program, I talked about just over 1,000 square miles. Now I'm hearing, we are being told by your President Zelensky, that it's over 2,300 square miles. Which areas are being recaptured?
Well, this is, let's say, almost 100% of Kharkiv region, and partially there is some progress in southern regions, and there is also some progress in Lugansk region, which were occupied since 2014. So we are quite successful on like impressive progress on multiple fronts now.
And are these territories being actively recaptured as a result of artillery, bombardment, real counteroffensives by Ukrainian troops, or is it the Russians fleeing in anticipation of fresh action from your side?
Well, the Russians fleeing because actually they faced the active counteroffensive, and we cannot say that they just were standing by and then decided to leave. No, that's like a counteroffensive, which is mix of different approaches, different use of different weapons, and this is like a quite comprehensive operations which are going on. But of course, seeing the results of the and successes of the Ukrainian army in Kharkiv region after the Russians faced the same counteroffensive in southern and other regions. I think that this moral pressure is also plays a big role, and they are leaving a lot of equipment and a lot of weapons, munition after them. So that looks like quite a panical withdrawal.
How much more Ukrainian territory would have to be recaptured before you, Alina, could optimistically say we've reached a tipping point and the pendulum of this war has swung firmly in the direction of Kiev as opposed to Moscow?
I think that the first phase should be the release of all the continental part of Ukraine, and actually we have for now the south region around the Mariupol and all the other cities closer to towards the Kherson region. And we have still quite big number of the territories in Donetsk and Lugansk. And the next part would be a Crimea, which already like declared as a final goal. And only after the releasing 100% of Ukrainian territories, we can say that we reach a substantial progress with this.
Well, some analysts have said that one danger of the Ukrainian success is a cornered President Putin and the people around him deciding now is the time to use a really appalling weapon, a tactical nuclear weapon, or some other type of weapon of mass destruction. Is that what the Ukrainian side fears most?
Well, we're hearing this conversation from the very beginning of war. With each new step or each new delivery of weapons, we've heard these like arguments from Germany or from France why they cannot supply the weapons because the Russians will overreact and use the nuclear tactical nuclear weapons. However, till now they didn't use it, and we don't see some kind of signs of that they will use it. Although there is also a good reply in the statement of our Chief of Defense, General Zaluzhny. He published a few days ago some kind of systemic article, systemic statement about how he sees the war. And he also said that, okay, even with tactical nuclear weapon strike, the dynamics of war won't be changed. Ukraine will win because now we are keeping the initiative and we do understand what we do. Yes, we will have more losses, but it won't change the path of the war.
All right.
So for us, that's like we have no any other choice than to release all the territory of Ukraine.